Can you talk to us about like what inspired you to really dive deep into understanding mold, and like what happened in your life, Jason, that brought you here?
When I was about 4 years old, I lost a lot of weight in a 3-week period. My parents took me to the pediatrician, who said, you got to take him to Children's Hospital. This looks serious. And so the initial diagnosis was cystic fibrosis, which was a devastating diagnosis, especially to my father, who lost 4 of his cousins to CF before the age of 14. So it was literally something that my mom and dad had spoken about before they had kids. It was a concern that they had, because this is before there was any really reliable genetic testing along these lines. So they spent the next 6 weeks crying while they waited for a second opinion, which thankfully contradicted the first one. I had asthma compounded by pneumonia, and allergy tests revealed that I was allergic to every single thing that they tested me for. So it was grass, wheat, corn, eggs, dogs, cats, cotton, soybeans. And I grew up on this little non-working farm outside of Princeton, New Jersey, surrounded by all those things in great abundance. So I essentially lived on inhalers. I lived like that until I was 12, at which point my folks split up, moved out of that musty old farmhouse, and suddenly all my symptoms disappeared. And it wasn't instant, but it was, in retrospect, so abrupt that it should have been tied back to the building, but there just wasn't awareness about that stuff back then.
Right.
And it was in that moment that I became fascinated, not with mold per se, but with the idea that the buildings that we live and work in can make you sick. That was a really new, big idea for me.